I'm Nikki Jones. I joined Wythenshawe in February this year. Didn't grow up in church as such. We used to go to Sunday school, but we never went to church as a family. And I was brought up by my dad. So he used to tell us things about God. So in that sense, I've always believed in God, but never a church person as such. But the year before, we were at an event in a local park on a summer's day, and a lady came up to us, and we were on our bikes, and she came up to me and said, "Can I pray for you?" So I said, "Yeah, no problem." So she prayed for me there and then on the spot, and didn't think anything of it. She took my phone number, said she'd be in touch. After that year, we'd been married for 10 years, and our marriage broke down. After the life-changing split with my husband, it was about a year later after I'd met that lady. I was trying to work, I worked from home and I was crying. I couldn't even see my screen. Couldn't stop crying, I was really low. And my phone rang. I didn't recognise the number, so I didn't answer it like you do. So it rang back straight away, so I answered it, and it was that lady from the park a year ago. She said that she'd had a message from God to give me a call that day. So I was just like blown away. She told me about finding my number in the bottom of the bag, about God asking her to call. That whole conversation and her praying over me. When I ended that conversation on the phone, that's when it hit me. That's when I realised, okay, God is real. It was like a wake-up call for me, but it was also like, yes, Nikki, there is a God and He's here for you. It just blew me away that day, but how it all happened. And then I kept getting blown away because I was like looking to the church and I was like, oh my God, it's in church and it's across the road from me. It's literally across the road from me. So when I went to the church, as I walked in, they were singing How Great Thou Art. And that song always gets me anyway, so I was just a total wreck, everything. I felt overwhelmed, but in a good way. Like I felt like a relief. I didn't understand what was happening because I was crying uncontrollably. And my daughter was there and she was like, just let it out, but I was trying to not let it out because I felt a bit embarrassed. But it just wouldn't stop, and I was just pouring, and I just feel like that was the release, and that was God talking to me like He'd put me there. And it felt good. Although I was crying, I wasn't upset, if that makes any sense. It just felt good. And I felt, it was just life-changing for me. And then now, who I know to be Naomi, she came up to me and she just said, "Can I just hug you?" And she did. And then she introduced me to everybody in the church, and then I think it was James and Rianne prayed for me that day. And I just felt like amazing. At that point, that day in that church, just changed me. I really feel like God did all that for me. I feel like He took me out of that situation of what we were going through in our marriage to find Him. Obviously, me and Trevor worked things out, and we're both now in church, and we're both studying the Bible. So that's all a change for me. My marriage especially, massive change, because we've got God there. Although He's always been there, but now we see Him. Now I consider God in everything. He's always forefront of my mind, and I feel like I don't have to worry like I used to worry a lot, and I don't have to worry now because God's got me. He knows my path, and I'm willing to follow it.